Hello, hello, hello. Nearly pressed the wrong button there, but I don't think anybody noticed. It's coffee time. Coffee time. Breaking news. This is sad if you're a person of a certain age. It's just been announced that Bamber Gascoigne has passed away. Bamber Gascoigne, to like I say, people in the UK, was the original host. Well, was he the original host? I don't know if he was. Of University Tunes. He might have been the second host of University. No, he was. I think he was the original host. It's because Paxman does it now. University Challenge. And yeah, after a short illness, he passed away aged 87. So there you go. Love me some University Challenge. Don't know what they're talking about, but there you go. It was good last night. Because Keir Starmer, leader of Her Majesty's Opposition, ended up getting surrounded by a mob of anti-vax people, led by Piers Corbyn, Jeremy Corbyn's loony brother. There we go. There he is. He's getting led away. Him and David Lammy. And it got a bit hairy for them. Look, they're going into a police car, and they started hurling abuse at them about Jimmy Savile, because our fluffy-haired leader Boris Johnson made a jibe last week about Keir Starmer not prosecuting Jimmy Savile when he was head of the. Oh, whatever. It's just a non-story because it didn't happen, and Boris Johnson's a liar. But then we knew that. We've always known that. Why are people surprised by this? But anyway, the mob were braying, and he was led away. And again, after what happened with David Amess and Joe Cox. And also Farage. People forget Farage. He was being milkshaked all the time, wasn't he? And old Rees-Mogg on all sides, both sides of the political spectrum. There's a lot of aggression and hatred towards our politicos. And it's not very nice. But it was funny on the radio because they were saying, that it was a right-wing mob, and then you hear that it was a left-wing mob because it was Piers Morgan was running the show. Meanwhile, good news, everybody. BP have announced its biggest profits in 8 years, £9.5 billion. Now, this comes at a time. There's a really good graph here. This is the oil prices of oil going up. There we go. Look at that. Lovely graph from the Daily Mail. Look, that's the price of oil going up. We should have bought here. Look, and then stored it. You buy low and sell high. But yeah, this is when the cost of living's going up. We've got the fuel cap increase, and BP have made this massive profit. Now the thing is it was the understanding that these companies were going to use these profits to help with global emissions and net zero and carbon footprints and stuff. But apparently what they're going to use their profit, what BP are going to do is going to use the profit to buy back the shares so that their shareholders get an extra payout. Isn't that nice? Meanwhile, many of this country are looking at not being able to afford to heat their homes, and there's this going on. It's almost like they want us to be poor, isn't it? Just yes. What else have we got? What other stories have we got here? The Euro Millions was won on Friday by a British ticket. 109 million. Don't worry, folks, it wasn't me because I'm here doing this. Because if I'd have won, I wouldn't be here doing this. Oh, this is a horrible story. I'm not going to show you the video, but West Ham footballer Kurt Zuma has been videoed kicking and generally slapping, kicking his cat around his £2 million London home. Again, it's not very nice. Is there a still picture? I don't really want to. Here's a still of it. There you go. Look, there he is, kicking his cat. Just lock him up. Lock him up. In fact, I'd hang him, because anybody that abuses animals should be dangling on the end of a rope, because we all know that they're psychopaths and they've got some real issues with themselves. RSPCA should get involved. They should seize the cat from him. It's just wickedness, and he should be locked up forever. I know it's a bit of an extremist thing, but as somebody I'm not a cat owner, but I've got a dog, and I find all this kind of animal abuse stuff just beyond the pale. Jimmy Carr remembers Jimmy Carr and his gypsy joke. They want Ofcom. Ofcom chief demands that they can regulate Netflix over jokes. And you've got to remember, this is a place where, up in Scotland, they've already gone woo-woo, right? They've already gone nuts, because there was a bloke up there who's been convicted about making a joke about Sir Tom, the charity man who died. He made a tasteless joke. He's been found guilty of said tasteless joke, and he's awaiting his fate. That's in Scotland. They're crazy. Let them have their independence. But yeah, they want to. Dame Melody Davis says she would welcome a chance to regulate Netflix. That's it. Regulate jokes. Now, again, I was thinking about this some more. This is an attack on working class culture. It's the middle classes telling the working classes what they can and can't laugh about. And this goes back to the old days when people used to complain about likes of Bernard Manning and that. Again, I'm not a fan. It's not my kind of thing. But, in the working men's clubs, you used to have comics that come on and tell the most awful things, because these men and women, they've been worked all week, many of them in factories and in very hard working jobs. And at the end of the week, they're going to get pissed and have a good laugh. And that's what that comedy represents, right? It means kicking off against having a shit life, right? And it's another form of fucking repression of the working classes that are, diluting our culture. And I mean, do you want to live in a world where the height of comedy is Michael fucking McIntyre? I know I don't. I mean, they tried to censor Billy Connolly about a joke he made on a documentary about his illness. And you go, you're all crazy. But this is the world we're heading towards. And I think some things I don't like jokes about. I don't like joking about the disabled and things like that. But I think in certain areas, certain arenas, if you pay and you know that the comedian is going to make that kind of joke, more power to them. Let the punter decide. Let the punter dictate. Again, I don't think so, should it be broadcast? I think, yeah, it should, but there should be warnings, We used to have the watershed. Now, I've seen things on EastEnders and soap operas, that I think should be past the watershed. But they go out unregulated. It's acceptable language. And I remember one cliffhanger, someone was going to get a knife to stab someone in EastEnders. And I looked at them, it was just flicking over. I was waiting for the repair shop to come on or something like that. I do not watch EastEnders. And I see this stuff and I go, well, this offends me, But there you go. But with humour's the only thing we've got, the only thing we've got left. So yeah, that's that. Just trying to find some other stories here. Vladimir Putin. Vlad, our mate Vlad. He reckons it could be a nuclear war if Ukraine joins NATO. That's nice, isn't it? Nuclear war. There we go. Look, there he is. Vladimir Putin warns of a nuclear war. This is after him talking to old Macron. Have you seen their? Have you seen how they met? Look at the table. Look how far apart they are. Look. Could you pass the mustard, please? S'il vous plaît. Où est le mustard? S'il vous plaît. Ah, boy. So, yeah. Don't worry about the rising cost of living. There might not be a cost of living if this goes ahead. Nuclear, I thought we'd put all that stuff behind us. I thought we'd left all that in the 80s, you know, along with all those other bad things we had to put up with. There was another story. Here we go. This is talking about Captain Sir Tom Moore, or is it Sir Captain Tom? I never know which way around to say it. They've got this charity, right, for him because he raised all this money, and they brought out this foundation, and it turns out that they've paid out more in management costs than actual grants over a period of a year. They paid out £162,000 in management costs, and it's like, yeah, and that's why all organised charities are the worst thing ever, you know, because it's the biggest grift, organised charity, biggest grift ever, because the money never goes to people running charities. Should work for free, you know, should be a vocational thing. But there you go. Meanwhile, good news, everybody. Super Gonorrhoea is back. Super Gonorrhoea. Don't worry, it's not a new Marvel superhero. God, this new Marvel film's a bit rubbish. Super Gonorrhoea. It's the return of the drippy dick. Apparently, one woman in London in her 20s was found to have the bug, and it was immune to ceftriaxone, the main antibiotic used to treat gonorrhea. And in the Midlands, a heterosexual couple in their 20s were also diagnosed with it. Well, there you go, folks. Just stop having sex. Just stop it. Just stop having it. But yeah. So, double bagged. Going double bagged, I'm afraid. You have to go in this time. We've got freedom truckers in Canada. Don't know what that's all about. And judges banned truckers from honking for 10 days. Can you ban truckers from honking? I thought that was like one of the perks of the job. I thought the only reason people drove a lorry was so that they could honk their horns. But yeah. Meanwhile, we're going to end with this is Beijing and the Winter Olympics. I don't know if you've seen this. This is where the Big Air, what's known as the Big Air ski ramp in West Beijing is. It's quite picturesque, actually. Look, it's here. Look at that. Look at that. I love the cooling towers in the background. Come to Beijing. But when you see it on from the air, it's even better. It's even better when you see the place. It's just appallingly bad. Look at this. Look, there's the ramp. It's just like an industrial hellscape around it. Whee! And yeah. Good old China. We're doomed. We're doomed as a species. If it ain't nuclear war, it's super gonorrhea. We're doomed. We're doomed, everyone. We're doomed. What, you want to end on a funny? Oh, that was my funny. Oh, I'll tell you. I'll do the story about carrots. I've got a really good story about carrots, but I'll do that another time. Because I think I'm spoiling you. Is anyone in the chat room? Pegasus is in. I have my groove bin. A little bit sore. Alex says, have you seen the Zappa doc on iPlayer? I've watched it a few times. I've actually bought it. I rented it when it first dropped. I think it was when it was out in America. When it first came out, I watched it then. And then I watched it again. So I've watched it 2 or 3 times. I did a review of it, man. Alex, come on, I bloody reviewed it. Why don't you people watch my videos? Oh, wait, I'll tell you why. Because YouTube suppresses everything I do. Whereas my son is overtaking me in terms of viewership. You know, views per day, almost views per month, on both my channels combined, on a video that's 2 years old, because the algorithm has picked him to be one of the lucky recipients of viewers it's so obvious what YouTube does as a platform. It is so obvious. It's not even funny now. It is not even funny. And it's very, very off-putting to what I do, especially these things. Because again, one day I'll get like 300-400 views on a coffee time. Next day, be lucky if I get 150. You're telling me they're not suppressing the video. You're telling me it's not getting out there. Makes you a little bit paranoid, But no, I did the review of that, so go check it out. And Bond is in. He's from the People's Republic of Victoria, Australia. Have they let you out yet? Have they let you out? Andrew's in. He says, "Good morning, drink it up indeed." And Alex says, "Right, I'll check your review." Yeah, it's actually, I did it as a twofer. It's the soundtrack. I did a review of the soundtrack, but I also talked about the documentary as well. So, I mean, I could. Look, I'm going to start being nice, because I'm horrible. I'm really horrible. I'm horrible. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to find a link for you, all right? Because I think that's only fair. Here it is. It was Prog Review. Prog Review 791. Here we go. And there it is for you. I don't ever give you anything. There you go. And I do the soundtrack and I talk about the documentary as well. Spoiler, I kind of enjoyed it. It was all right. But yeah, I mean, take... when I did the coffee time about energy prices, 362 views. The next one, the following day, boy gets toilet seat stuck on his head, 154 views. Now are you telling me that all my content is shit? Oh, no, anyway, you can go look. There's the one about the boy with the toilet seat on his head. Yesterday's one. What did it get yesterday? 246. You see, doing coffee time is probably detrimental to my channel. I should probably just do Pink Floyd videos just over and over again, But the Joe Rogan takes a big dump video, 449, and it goes down. And it kind of peters off because I go, oh, wait a minute, he's doing news again. We mustn't have that, So I don't know. Or maybe just what I do is just absolutely really bad, But I don't know. I just will never learn. I will never learn my lesson. Not until I win the lottery. Then I will learn my lesson. But I bring you news. Of super gonorrhea and nuclear war. That's what you want. Anyway, everyone says they're talking. Christmas come early, exactly. I'm always nice. You don't read the comments, do you? You don't read the comments. Yeah. See this video. See Inkelstein on yesterday's video says the picture of the woman and the cat are pointless. First, the woman is clearly a narcissist. What? Second, the camera angle and projection are always chosen the way that you cannot get a real impression of the actual size of the cat, and it's quite deliberate. What? You're saying it's not a giant cat? Come on, it's a giant cat. And you use the N-word. And if you use the N-word, really, I'm going to warn him. I'm going to warn him and say, from now on, anyone using the N-word, narcissist or narcissism, will be banned. As it is an often overused and unnecessary trope. Yeah, that's it. Makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about. And there you go. Are you still there? Are you still on? Oops. I'm glad you guys. I'm glad the old faithful enjoy coffee time. But I don't want to be a cult anymore. Oh dear. Oh boy. Anyway, I'm going to sod off now because I think I've done enough. I think I've done enough damage, and I'll see you tonight. If you're passing by and you watch this on Tuesdays, I do a live stream, and it's at 11 p.m. UK time, and I don't know what that is around the world. Just look at your clock and work it out. Maybe I should do like an advert where I spoon feed the times and dates and things. But we'll meet up then, and we can have a chin wag. and I'm sure you want to talk. You want to talk about that band and that trailer that they dropped for that documentary, which I said would be delayed. I said it will never come out. I was right; it never did come out. That version, it's a different documentary now. So I was right, wasn't I? I'm always right. And I'll see you. I'll see you at 11 p.m. roughly. I might be late. I might be early. Depends on the dog and my need for a pee when I come back. Because the dog seems to, maybe I'll be on time. Maybe I'll be early. That'll shock everyone. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm off. Don't forget, folks, I've still got some coffee left. You got to drink it up. Drink it up. Drink it up.